Welcome to Link and Learn session for SE Link, where we'll learn today about the Action Center tips and tricks for administrators of your organization. The first thing that you will do is to sign into SE Link. You can get there by going to either selink.cmo.edu or you can go straight through your Southeast student portal, and you'll find the link here in the second column, the second box. For both ways, you will need to log in using your SE key. You can either click that sign in button, or if you already are logged in through the portal, it will take you directly to SE Link. Once you log into SE Link, you'll see a homepage similar to this. At the top, you'll have a toolbar with these 5 options: Home, Events, Organizations, News, and Forms. You'll have a search bar. Your memberships will be listed, whether you are in one group or 50 groups. They will all be listed here in this section. Next, you'll notice event postings that student groups have submitted. Finally, you can see news articles that your student organizations have posted. These can be posted to share highlights, to share announcements, awards, anything that you feel is worthy for other student groups to learn. A few other features to note are your initials or your profile picture in the top right corner. When you click on that circle, you will see several options pertaining specifically to you as a person rather than your organization. Next to that circle, your profile, you'll see what we call the waffle menu. And as a leader of your student organization, you should see 2 options. Please disregard mine that has 3. You should see an Explore option and a Manage feature, and we'll talk more about those in a little bit. There are 4 default administrators for every student organization. When student groups register, the person or the people listed as president, vice president, secretary or treasurer, and advisor are automatically administrators of your organization page. As administrators, you can make other members administrators as well, but that is up to your discretion. So those 4 default positions will be the only ones that see this Manage option. If you need to manage your page, please select Manage, or the other option, going back to the home screen here, is that you can click on the group that you need to manage. So if you have several groups listed here, you would want to select the page that you need to work on, and you can leave the rest there. I'm going to work with Student Activities Council today as I am their advisor. So like I said, you can get to the management features either by clicking on the waffle menu or going to your organization page, and you'll notice that you have a Manage Organization button in the top right corner of the screen. Members of your page that do not have administrative capabilities will not see this button. So if anybody is confused, it just means that they need to be added as an administrator to see that. So I'm going to click here on Manage Organization so that I can show you a few options of things that you can do to enhance your page and make it more user-friendly for your organization. So now we're on the back side of the system, and you'll see information here regarding your organization. If your group needs to still register, you would see a blue bar here in this box that says it's time to re-register. Please always take note of that if you see that box. So we're going to move to the left side of the screen to see options that you can use to manage your page. We had the waffle menu on the right. Now we have the hamburger organization menu here on the left. When you click that, you'll see several options. So let's go through each one briefly to learn more about it. The first is your roster. The roster is purely your list of members. As you can see here, there are quite a few members listed. And we'll start at the top of the page. So your primary contact is always listed at the top. This can either be a president or any other officer that you have chosen to be that primary contact. Messages that are sent through the SE-Link group page usually go to this primary contact. So make sure that it is somebody who is checking their emails in a timely fashion. Next, we'll go down and you see your active roster. As you can see, it is highlighted as current. So these are all the people that currently are members of this group. You'll also see a tab for pending. These are people that have been invited to join the group, but have yet to accept their invitation. You also have a list of prospective members, and those are people who have tried to join by clicking the join button on your page. So several features with your current membership. One, you'll notice that people that have position titles, their positions will be listed here in the middle of the line. If we need to adjust a title or a position within the organization, all you have to do is click on the pencil by that particular person's name. And you'll notice there are several options for positions here, and that's where we can select the updated position for the person. This is a great feature at the end of the year when you are transitioning officers so that you can keep everything up to date on your page. The reason that you want to keep your roster updated is so that we are contacting the correct people. The university does use this database to send announcements and to make you aware of important things for student organizations. So we do not want to send messages to people that have graduated or left the university. We want to send it to the correct person. So as you'll see on going back to the page for Student Activities Council, when you scroll down, your officers are listed here on the page. If these are outdated or if some of the officers have not accepted their membership, their names and pictures will not show up here, and it makes it harder for potential members to contact you. Another feature of the rosters page is that you can create positions specific to your organization. Let's say that your president is not called a president in your organization. They are called the alpha. We can go here to manage positions in the top right corner, and we can create our own position by clicking on this blue Add Position button. With Student Activities Council, for instance, they have added coordinator positions. So these were all organization created positions, as you can see here, and they are all officers and active of the organization. When you create a position, you are able to give certain access. You can give them no access, all access, or limited. So for instance, if you have a public relations chair that you would like to add, you want them to be able to see documents, but you do not want them to have access to elections. You can leave that as none. And the list goes on where you can give certain access to various positions. All access would be the same permissions that you have as the leader in the group. And no access just means that you're listing them as a name only with no ability to change the page. Also, through the roster page, you can invite people to join your group. Just make sure to let them know in person. They should be looking out for an invitation in their email. You can also send messages to the membership. Finally, as you are transitioning officers and as people have graduated and left your organization, please make sure to go through your list and select the names and end membership. The next feature I want to talk about is the About button. When your leadership registers the student organization, they fill out detailed information and descriptions. If at any point you need to change that information, you do not need to re-register your organization. You just go to the About tool and scroll through to the section that you need to adjust and make the changes and update from there. A particular instance might be the day of the week that you meet, the time or the place, as that may change frequently. This is also a place where you can add a profile picture. The SE Link page looks so much better when there are pictures available rather than a gray circle as it is when you do not have a profile picture. The next option is Events. Events is the page where you can create events that will be posted on the main homepage of SE Link. We'll have another training session to go over the events page, so I won't go into detail here, but I just wanted to point it out where you can find that ability. Next, we have News. If you have any articles or any stories that you want to tell to share the story of your organization, this is where you can create an article that would be shared also on the homepage in that News section. The gallery is the opportunity to also tell your story in pictures. As you are hosting events, you have recruitment opportunities, or you just want to show your organization having fun, you can create albums and post pictures here in the gallery. At this time, SE Link cannot upload videos, but we hope that you'll utilize this feature to share as many photos as possible to tell your story. The next organizational tool is the Documents folder. So here you can share files, save files, utilize them for as long as you need within your organization. Up here you can see that you can add a folder and add files. These could be items that you want to pass on from year to year within your organization. They could be spreadsheets, other documents that are important for your group in their administration. Next, we have Forms. If you need to create some sort of form for maybe a registration or to ask questions within your organization, this is the place where you can create a form. Once again, you'll see the blue button with the plus on the page so that you can start that process. It does take you through step by step, and it's quite easy to create a form for your group. There will be another session specifically for creating forms, so I'll go into more detail with that. Next, we have Elections. This is the opportunity for your group to create voting polls for your group. You might want to use this for officer elections, t-shirt designs, or any other type of poll or voting within your group. There is a blue button for creating an election. And similar to the forms builder that we'll talk about in another series of instructions, the election form is step by step and is quite easy to maneuver. If you have any questions about any of these, you can always contact the Campus Life office. The final option in this organization menu is service hours. If your organization tracks service, whether as a requirement or just because you enjoy service, here is a function that you can use to track those hours electronically. Just like the other pages, you'll see Add Service Hours, or the blue button in the top right corner. And then you'll also see, this will be your total hours here in the middle. You'll see the ones that are pending in this list. as well as the approved hours and the denied. How your group chooses to use this page is purely up to your organization. Just use it as best, or the way that you need to use it, but it's certainly not required. The last menu that I want to go into a little more detail about is your personal menu. So I mentioned before the circle in the top right corner with your face or your initials. Click on that, and the first thing is where you can modify your account and your preferences. I'll click on that. This is where you can add your picture, so I encourage you to do that, as well as your personal information. You can also check on your privacy settings and make changes to that. Select the notifications and how you would like to receive those, and select any interests that you have so that you can make connections with organizations that also have those interests. There are several options here that pertain just to you. So your event history, as you scan into events, we will add those to the SE-Link system. And so that you would see here that you would be able to track the events that you have attended at any given time while you attend Southeast Missouri State. You'll also be able to see your memberships, and you can adjust those as needed, just in case your leadership did not change your membership dates. So you can see here it's a different look than some of the rest of the pages, but you can go here and make changes as needed for you within each organization that you have been a member of. Next, we'll go to service hours. If you have completed service hours, you can upload them through your group, but you could also put in your hours here on your own personal menu. The involvement transcript. As you are transitioning out of Southeast Missouri State, and if you're applying for jobs that ask about your extracurricular involvement, you can create this involvement transcript through SE-Link and show the different activities you participated in while at Southeast. As an organization leader, you have probably submitted several forms, registrations, or other documents through SE-Link. This is a page where you can see exactly what you have submitted on your own. There are several tabs. There's forms, elections, organization registrations, and events. Each of those will tell you the status, if it has been approved or denied or pending, and the date. You can always see or go back to your form by clicking on the eye image next to the form or the registration. You also can see any notifications that have come your way. They also are emailed to you, but if you change your notifications through your account tab, you may not see these come through your email. So here is the way that you can see any notifications that have been coming to you directly. And of course, you have the sign out button down below. If you have any questions at all about using SE-Link, please contact Campus Life. We are in the University Center, room 414. The phone number is 573-651-2280, and our email is campuslife@cmo.edu. Thank you for your attention today, and we appreciate you using SE-Link.